Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. Now, hi guys. If this is your first time tuning in, then I will have you know that we are in the middle of phasing through the periodic table, okay? Just in case you don't know, this podcast is about spiritual warfare, right? So we talk about everything from astrology to religion to voodoo, hoodoo, witchcraft, science, psychology, and social events, okay? So there's an array of topics that we cover, and we just like to bring it all back to spirituality, right? We like to make our case and point and end it with spirituality, okay? Now, today we were supposed to actually cover nickel, one of the transition metals, but we are going to be discussing something else. The other day, I told you guys that the creator will sometimes have me take a nap. I will not eat something. He will have me shower sometimes before certain messages, okay? Just to confirm the download, just to make sure that the download comes out the way that he wants it, right? So I can be in the right energy when I'm giving the message, okay? A lot of the times, he definitely will have me see things and confirm them over and over again, whether it be through, TV, social media, music, overhearing other people's conversation, right? It'll come up over and over again, and that'll be my sign. Right now, a lot of people are thinking that, they can have me not talk about something. They think that they're powerful. They think that they are stopping me from doing the topic, but this is also God's way of letting me know that it is okay to go ahead and discuss something other than the periodic table or other than the topic that he wants me to talk about. So best believe if I am covering a topic, it is something that the creator wants me to discuss, no matter what people think that they're doing or not doing, okay? Over here, we follow the guidance and the instructions of the Most High. It's that simple, okay? Now, this evening, the creator wanted to go over some things. If you pay attention to the news, there's a lot of madness going on, okay? I dropped a message about a month ago about how frequencies are being emitted in densely black areas, and these frequencies are being emitted to people who have children, women and children. These frequencies are meant to attack women and children, mainly women, okay? And the main people that will be affected by these frequencies are people who have very strong Mars and Pluto placements, okay? People who are Scorpios and Aries, okay? These are the main zodiac signs who will be affected. Whether you know the person, they're going to be the perpetrator or the victim, okay? That was an old message. I also released, I want to say this was earlier this year, probably earlier in the summer, about not using altars anymore, right? Because those ancestors are coming back. Majority of the ancestors and spirits that people have been calling on, these different deities, they are actually going to be coming back in the flesh. So when you start to call on entities, you can actually kill the vessel of the spirit that you are trying to summon. Some of them aren't here yet. They're midway, like they're in that space of in the spirit world, but not in the spirit world where you could call on them. They're like in the waiting room, like ready to be born again, okay? So we need to stop with the ancestors and like waking them up for war, because they're coming here to finish things that they have yet, whatever it is that their assignment was, they're here to elongate it or assist us, okay? So we don't have to call on them. They're en route, or they're already currently here. Now, if you pay attention to the news, it's a lot of people who are of high status, okay, being exposed. Now, depending on this attack, depending on what it is that they've done, depending on the karmic debt that they have racked up, there's going to be grave consequences. A lot of people are going to be out on the street. A lot of people are going to be stricken with disease, not just physical disease, but mental disease as well. And a lot of them are going to simply lose their lives, okay? Their time has been cut short. This is by their own doing. This is not any witchcraft, any spells that, is going to be taking people out. This is going to be a direct result of their own doing. So even if they did put a spell out or a curse or some type of hit on someone else, it's simply backfiring because it's their time to burn. And I'm not just talking about one person. There are several people who are of higher status socially as well as financially, who are going to be brought down to their knees. They're going to be exposed. They're going to be removed from the hierarchy. And this is happening because it's time for new energy to step into certain places, because they didn't bend with the shift. They didn't move with the shift. They didn't rise up with the shift. They decided to continue to operate it in low demonic, lower levels, desires and energies that have nothing to do with what the Creator has called them to do. They have allowed their positions to be perverted by their own demons and by access to money. And a lot of these people decided to do this because they wanted to stay in these positions as opposed to doing the right thing that God wanted them to do. Again, I'm not just talking about one person. God is knocking these people out of their positions because a lot of the ones that are here now are coming up. A lot of the people that have been breaking curses for their bloodline, a lot of the people that have been obedient to the Creator, a lot of the people that have yet to find their calling are going to be rolling into these positions, okay? It's not just about the industry. These spaces, and we've talked about this as well, these spaces that these people are holding, celebrities included, politicians, people that are in realty, people that just have made massive amounts of money. This is energy, guys. On this 3D plane, right? They take up a lot of space in this dimension and as well as in other dimensions. And we've also talked about how your purpose can translate down into 3D, right? God will give you a really big mission. He'll make you a really big star, or a person who's very rich, or a person who has infinite knowledge and wisdom, right? This is energy, it's currency, and it takes up a lot of space. Unfortunately, people don't appreciate what it is that God gave them. They're not grateful. They're not well. They're not happy. They're not appreciative, right? They're really greedy, and they really don't understand that the assignments that they have been given, which is stewardship over people, right? They were supposed to use their resources to propel other people of God into like situations, okay? Into like thresholds But they have decided to act out of their lower desires in order to take advantage of the people that they were supposed to steward into positions that God wanted them to be in. And because of that, they have defiled a lot of spirits, including their own, okay? So a lot of the people that we're looking up to for being so great, for having all this money and all this power, they didn't do what God wanted them to do the way that God wanted them to do it. A lot of these people are acting out of their own selfish desires, and they have harmed a lot of people sexually and financially. Therefore, their spirits are broken, and these people that they have sexually, financially, emotionally, mentally, and even physically attacked, right, and spiritually, has led to these spirits not being in the correct frequency. So it means that everyone connected to them via the blood and the spirit has also been moved and planted in positions that they're not supposed to be in. So this is one big mess, vibrationally wise, okay? And they have to pay the karma for that. If someone is a billionaire and they were supposed to write a script for you to be the next multi-millionaire, and that way, not only are you encouraging people that you know, not only are you in a higher financial status so you can fund certain dreams and goals of the people in your family, not only does it keep you physically bound to a place that you don't want to be in or not supposed to be in, simply because you can't afford to live the way that God wants you to. This is a problem. This is problematic. The people that were responsible for placing you in a certain situation, let's say they gave you the script, but only paid you 1,000,000 of 50,000, or they only gave you 50,000 when they were supposed to give you 3,000,000. All right, it's situations like that that is the exact reason why people are going down. Let's say they wanted to give you the script, but they didn't because you wouldn't have sex with them, same sex or not, okay? These are all circumstances that are led to people not being in places where God intended them to be at this particular time, okay? And they're going to pay for it, and a lot of people are going to pay for it with their lives. Because by all means, God wants his people in certain positions, because those positions are going to put other people in positions that he called them to be in directly. So we have to be careful when we act out of our own desires, because not only are we putting people in places that they're not supposed to be in, or holding them back rather, everything that they're connected to is also held up. And it also puts you in a place of stagnation, because if God is calling you to be in a particular place, right? If God is saying, okay, I want you to do this with this person, and you don't do it, you are also in turn making yourself be in a position due to your lack of obedience. Your disobedience, and we've talked about this as well, is causing other people as well as yourself to be in a position that you are not supposed to be in. And excuse me, I was sleeping. This was one of those things where God had me rest before, because he wants me to make sure that I'm stressing the correct points. Sometimes he'll give me a dream to confirm the message, and sometimes he'll just wake me up and say, okay, go. What you want us to talk about is not what we're talking about. We're going to talk about this in particular, okay? So yeah, this news of people is literally, it's just a sign of the reassignment in the spiritual world. Their stars are being burst. Their stars are running out of gases, which means they're losing. They have lost their light. They have lost their anointings. They have lost their blessings, okay? But I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope y'all have been drinking y'all water, eating y'all fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea. And I hope y'all enjoyed y'all weekend. Love y'all. Peace.